What's good, everyone? Welcome back to the R2F Sports Channel, where today I'll be going through my predictions of the Premier League for match week 15. Last week I did pretty good. I got 6 out of 10 results correct. Week before I got 5 out of 9. So I've been doing pretty well the last couple of weeks. So without further ado, let's get straight into the first game. Our first game is between West Ham United and Chelsea. Chelsea last match didn't look all too great against Watford. I know they only won 2-1 and a win is a win, but still, they didn't look all too good. Um, I know at one point they were playing six defenders in the back, so it's never a good sign when you're playing six defenders against Watford. Lukaku is finally back. He made an appearance, didn't do anything, but at least he was there. But I think Lukaku being there next game will definitely pose as a threat. West Ham sometimes struggle against big people in the box. Maybe a set piece goal will come Lukaku's way in this game, so we'll just have to see. For West Ham, though, they haven't won a game since the international break in the Premier League. So they've definitely been struggling since then. I know they should have won, but I believe VAR ruled out a Mikel Antonio goal. So they were kind of unlucky, but at the same time, Brighton were pretty dominant against them. So we'll see what happens with this game. I know for West Ham to get a result out of this, they'll need a strong midfield coming into this game. So definitely expect Susek and Rice. If they're going to win this game, those two are going to have a huge game for them. So overall, I think West Ham definitely have a chance to earn a point, especially with how Chelsea played last game. But I'm going to say Chelsea's going to win this game 2-1. Our next game, we head up north to Newcastle, where they are playing Burnley. Burnley just somehow they haven't lost their last five results. So they've had a couple of good results recently, a lot of draws thrown in there. So at least they are getting results from the start of the season. So they're starting to pick things up a bit. They did get shelled against Wolves last game. I know Wolves definitely should have won that game, but Burnley at least got a point out of it. So it was a very good draw for them and just based on XG for that game. Newcastle, this is honestly a must-win game for them. Their next four games are against Leicester, Liverpool, Man City, and Manchester United. So those are their next four games. So they definitely need to win this game just to get at least get a win on the board because they're still winless. So and their last result, they barely just crashed together a draw against Norwich City, only because of a penalty shout that Callum Wilson converted. So they definitely should have lost that game. So they're lucky to get a point out of that. I'm having trouble picking a winner, and between both these teams, they've had 14 draws. So I'm gonna sit on the fence and say it's gonna be a 2-2 draw. Our next game is between Southampton and Brighton. This game is being played on the complete opposite coast of Newcastle. So very interesting that I have these two games put next to each other. But Brighton, will the winless streak end? So that's definitely the biggest question coming into this game. Neil Maupay's goalless streak ended. He finally scored his first goal in 8 games. So I think this streak will definitely come to an end for Brighton. So some wind has to be around the corner. It's been 9 games in the Premier League, 10 games in all competitions where they haven't won a game. So this streak definitely has to be coming to an end soon. Southampton, the interesting thing about them is Che Adams is playing better. Obviously, if Adam Armstrong, who's been playing, he's probably been their best player this season in terms of attacking wise. But the interesting thing about this matchup is that the away side has won 4 out of 5 matchups. So I think Brighton will come into this game. I think they will get the result they're looking for finally after 9 games and win this game 2-0. Our next game is between Wolves and Liverpool. Wolves somehow they haven't looked great all season, yet they're in 8th place, tied with Manchester United on goal differential for 7th place. So I don't understand how they're doing this well. Their squad isn't that good, but I guess their coach, I believe his name is Lage, he's doing a brilliant job there to keep them in that high of a position. I know they have a tough matchup here, and I think next game they also have a really tough matchup. So these are some points they definitely need to get. They dropped some crucial points this last game week against Burnley. So I'm not sure how well they will do though. They only have 12 goals in 14 games this season. So they are not one to score a goal. Conceding goals though, they've only conceded 12, so 12 and 12 this season. So not many goals against them, but they do play Liverpool, who are this high scoring team. Liverpool have scored at least 2 goals in every single game except one, which was against Chelsea, I believe, earlier this season. So Liverpool currently look unstoppable. They haven't lost to Wolves since 2010 in the Premier League. So I think Diogo Jota will definitely do something in this game. He's looked pretty good, but I think Liverpool definitely need Sadio Mane to do something in this game. He hasn't done anything all season. I believe he has 4 goal contributions, which is a lot lower than all their other forwards. So I think he's going to step up this game. I think Liverpool are just going to thrash Wolves. I have them winning this game 3-0. Going to our last game of Saturday, we have Watford versus Manchester City. Watford very unlucky against Chelsea. They definitely should have gotten a point out of that game. They were definitely the better side that game, but ended up losing the game 2-1. Bad news for them though, Ismaila Sarr was just announced that he's going to be out for at least a month with an injury. So that sucks for them. But it's opened up Emmanuel Dennis on that right wing or right mid side. He's been playing fantastic this year. He has 11 goal and assist contributions, which is second to only Mo Salah this season. So, hey, he's been playing great. Definitely bargain of the season so far. He's only 4 million, I believe they bought him for, and I've had him in my FPL season since the beginning of the year. So, yeah, he's definitely a great player, and I hope he scores, but I'm not too sure he's going to score because Manchester City have never lost to Watford in 15 matches. So, I think that streak will definitely continue. Bernardo Silva is looking fantastic. He scored 3 goals in his last 4 games in the Premier League for Manchester City. Everyone's just scoring for them. It seems like even Ruben Diaz wanted in on the fun. So he recently scored a goal for them. I know they only won 2-1 against Aston Villa, but I think they'll cruise through a win, keep that clean sheet that we've been looking for Manchester City assets, and win this game 2-0. For our first game of Sunday, we'll actually be going over to the other Manchester team, Manchester United, where they'll be taking on my favorite team, Crystal Palace, where I am not looking forward to this match at all. Crystal Palace, of course, the last 2 times they have visited Manchester United, they've beat them 2-1 and 3-1. So that was when Zaha was given the captain's armband, and we had an absolute miracle of a game where he scored 2 goals. But I don't know, something about our last 2 games, just our last 3 games just hasn't been great. Crystal Palace haven't won a game this season that Joachim Anderson hasn't started. So with his uncertainty, I don't know what's going to happen there. Joel Ward is also out for this game. So there's either Nathaniel Klein or Martin Kelly filling in for that role. So who knows what's going to go on with the defense this game. The midfield is just all over the place since MacArthur got injured. It's just difficult watching them. So over to Manchester United, I guess. I just want to stop talking about Crystal Palace. Manchester United, Ronaldo, good news for him, reaches 800 career goals. So congratulations to him. Huge accomplishment. But fun fact about him, he has never played against Crystal Palace. So he's looking to score his first ever goal against Crystal Palace this game. So we'll see if he does that. This is Ralph Rangnick's first game in charge. I believe he should be in the dugout for this game in charge of them. So we'll see how he sets them up. I believe they'll be using the same formation that Carrick did, a 4-3-1-2. So Carrick actually did great for them. So I don't know. I can't see Palace getting any points out of this as much as it pains me. I'm gonna have United win this game 3-1. Next match we'll be looking into is between Tottenham and Norwich City. Norwich City, last 4 games, they are undefeated through the last 4 games. So very surprising there. Very unlucky versus Newcastle. Newcastle receives a red card and they only get a draw out of it. Newcastle also gets a penalty in the game. So unfortunate there. But it seems like every single game that Timu Puki scores for them, they get a result. So definitely interesting to consider there. But Tottenham's looked pretty good the last few weeks. I'm expecting Harry Kane to score. He does seem allergic to scoring goals in the Premier League as he only has 1 goal all season with 1 assist as well. So very few goal contributions for him. But if he scores, I think they'll definitely blow them out of the water. So I think Son and Reguilon will, again, they've been their best players this season. I think they'll have big games as well. So I have Spurs win this game. Very big fashion. I have them being the highest scoring team of the week, scoring 4 goals and winning 4-1. Next match we have is between Leeds United and Brentford. Brentford, their defense is just falling apart from the start of the season. They looked solid, keeping clean sheets left and right. Then their goalkeeper gets injured. I think Sergi Canos got injured this game. He also had that own goal as well. So I just they're just falling apart recently. I think they need to get Ivan Toney more involved. He had the least touches of anyone on their team that played the whole game. So getting him involved is definitely key for them to getting forward as well, even to scoring. So somehow getting the ball to his feet or even to his head, he seems to win most headers that go his way. Very similar player to Benteke, actually. So I think they just need to feed him the ball and they might score. Um, Leeds, Rafinha has actually looked terrible the last 2 games I've watched him. So Rafinha, he did score a penalty against Palace, but I mean, he was getting pocketed the whole game on that side from Tyreek Mitchell. So I'm expecting Rafinha to have a better game this game. But from watching Leeds, you can tell they are missing Patrick Bamford. They are struggling to score goals, missing so many key chances, and it's just showing that they're missing a striker who can finish. Roberts definitely isn't cutting it for them. He's not very good. So just getting a better backup forward in the next transfer window might be good as well. So we'll see what they do. Rodrigo needs to start producing for them as well. They paid a lot of money for him just to do nothing. So I think Leeds will. They're probably going to be the better side in this. I'm going to have them win this game 2-1. Our final game of Sunday is between Aston Villa and Leicester City. Aston Villa, they've been looking pretty good since Steven Gerrard was there, but last game they did play Manchester City, so you can obviously just chalk that up as a loss. Manchester City is a very hard team to beat. I was correct about Ollie Watkins scoring actually, so pat on the back for me there. But along with him scoring though came with the cost of injuries. Leon Bailey got injured. Matt Target, the left back, got injured. So they just had a lot of issues that happened throughout that game. So we'll see how they line up for this game. Leicester City, James Madison's in great form. He scored in 2 straight games, setting up a lot of chances for them as well, a lot of key passes. So I think he's going to have a huge game as well. Jamie Vardy, I think they need to give him a rest week. He didn't look great this week. I know the week before he scored, but I think they should definitely give him a break or at least play another forward with him. He's just seeming to do all the work up top and no one's helping him too much, especially when you're playing just not the best wingers next to him. So I'm definitely expecting Ike Iheanacho to start this game because he did not play in the last game. Overall, though, I'm not too sure where this game's going to go. So I'm going to stay on the fence and say it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Our final match is a Monday night game. We have Everton versus Arsenal. Everton are just they're just a joke of a team. They're really hard to watch right now. They've spent so much money the last couple of years just to have an average squad at best. So it's difficult seeing if you're an Everton fan. I know they're just in pain constantly, just yelling about the manager sucks, team sheets suck. The owners are just spending money in the wrong places. So the one good sign from that Liverpool game, though, was that Everton finally scored a goal. This is their first goal in the last 4 games. So that is, I guess, a silver lining if you want to say about this game. But just poor results recently, especially you're playing this Arsenal team. They did just lose against United, but I don't view this loss as a bad thing. Arsenal's only losses this year, besides the Brentford loss, they've only lost to top 4 sides. So it's definitely not a bad thing that they lost this game. United's definitely turned things around a little bit. So I think Arsenal will definitely be the better side, but I think Martinelli needs to start this game. From what I've seen of him this season, he's just looked fantastic. He's scoring people, he's assisting people, he just looks great. So I think he definitely needs to start for them. I'm expecting their defense to step up a lot this game. Conceding 3 goals is never a good thing. So Ramsdale's, I think he's going to come up with some key saves, especially against Richarlison. So I think Arsenal will keep a clean sheet this game, win it 1-0. Those have been my Premier League predictions for match week 15. As always, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Any growth helps me out, so please feel free to do it. With that being said, though, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.